Yo, what's up, you guys? So today we're talking film photography and we're talking film stocks and which ones you should probably think about picking up if you're getting into starting in film photography. So I'm glad you clicked on this video because there is no better time than 2021 to actually look into film photography. But obviously because you did, you're looking for your first film stocks. So let me give you a couple of ideas, run the intro, and we'll talk about it. All right, so before we even get into it, I want to welcome you to the Tupperware Gang. So this is a collection of some of my stocks. That's not all of them, but typically my ones that I use the most are the most easily accessible, and therefore they're in the Tupperware. So I want to welcome you to the Tupperware Gang. So let's pop the top on this guy. Okay, so I want to give you 3 film stocks that I think will benefit you the most as a beginner in film photography. The first is going to be an affordable line, the second one is a premium line, and the third one is black and white, which makes the first 2 color. So the first one we're talking about is Kodak Ultramax. So this is one that I started out with before anything else, and I think you should too, purely because it's affordable. I think you're getting a lot for your money when it comes to Ultramax, and here's why. So when we're talking about film photography, practice is key, and therefore I want to make sure that you're able to go out and shoot as much as you want. So with Ultramax, you're going to get that ability because we're talking about a roll of film that will lower the cost per shot. So each shot will cost you a whole lot less than other brands, and it'll still give you really great results when we're talking about film and your photos. So go check this one out, and let's get on to number 2. So for number 2, we're talking about the premium line. This is one that you're probably familiar with, and if you're not, you probably haven't been into film photography very long, which is okay. But my number 2 is Portrait by Kodak, and this is one, like I said, that is kind of the gold standard. A lot of people use this because of how awesome it is as far as colors go when you're talking color negative film. This roll specifically is a medium format roll, not a 35, so that's why it's a little long and skinny or whatever. But Portrait in general, no matter what variation you get, is excellent when you're talking about beginning in photography. Now, there is a caveat that comes along with Portrait in the fact that it is not the cheapest. It is a premium brand, so you're going to pay a premium price. However, I still think it's great for beginners because it'll actually allow you to push and pull film a little bit better. It's actually really good. It's really lenient when it comes to exposure, and therefore getting a lot of practice with it can help you out. So number 1 was the affordable, number 2 was the premium, number 3 is the good old black and white, probably one of my favorite film stocks of all time, and that is Ilford HP5 for the black and white photos. And the reason why it makes this list for a new beginner like yourself is for 3 reasons. 1, it's contrasty without being overly contrasty. Especially with black and white, this can be an issue. Number 2 is the fact that it's really lenient with over and under exposure. So it'll give you the ability to practice without having to worry about did I overexpose or underexpose significantly. And number 3 is really my biggest point in the fact that it is the easiest of the 3 to actually develop at home. I have a video, if you haven't seen it already, I'll leave a card up above talking about film photography and developing at home, and I think if you're going to get into film photography, you should check that one out as well. So that's my opinion for film stocks that you should look at right now if you're getting into film photography. I know these will help you out because they're affordable, generally speaking, as far as film goes, and they'll really get you a lot of practice, which you're going to need, especially with film photography, because it's not the easiest thing in the world, but I promise it's one of the most rewarding. And now's the time, if you haven't already, make sure you leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking as far as film photography, because obviously you're a beginner, which is why you're looking at this video, and therefore I want to help you out as much as I can and give you all the good tips and tricks on how to get started. So make sure you leave me a comment down below. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. That way you get all the new content when it comes out. I promise I'll make some more film photography content because I know a lot of people are getting into film photography and therefore they want to know some stuff. So if you leave me comments, maybe I can make a video based on some of that stuff in the future. It would be really interesting, I think. And with that, I'm going to hit you with my typical, and I'm going to peace out. But make sure you stitch me on TikTok and at me on Twitter. I want to see all your new film photos. Peace out, guys.